Easy people, welcome back to my channel at Big Steve MCFC. Big game this week, Sunday, Liverpool, title decider. So who else am I going to get on than the big dog himself, Grizz Khan, my big six buddy. How you doing, mate?
I'm doing very well, mate. How you doing? You okay?
Yeah, mate. Obviously, you're living the life, man. I've seen you in Dubai. I've seen you doing moonwalks on yachts. I've seen you with elephants, tigers. You know, I mean, what's going on, man? Are you looking? You're out there looking for investment in Liverpool, aren't you? I can see it.
Well, this is it, man. To keep up with you guys, we can't just keep, doing like bargain deals. We've got to look for investment. And so I've come out, taking it in my own hands, trying to look for some bigger dogs. But yeah, at the moment, it's not. I haven't pulled it off yet, but it's still 4 days to go.
Don't be bringing one of them fake shakes back, because them ones that Portsmouth ended up with and that when they all got excited and ended up with no dough. Don't want to be doing that.
No, I'm doing my due diligence. Don't worry, I'm doing my due diligence.
No, mate. So you're having a bit of a break and that. I mean, Saeed's having a break as well. You're having a break, so it's good. How are you feeling? Recharged, refreshed?
I had to, Steve. I went out in international break. I thought, kill two birds with one stone. Told the missus and the family, let's go for a little break, knowing that it's international break, right? So she didn't know it was international break. That's why I'm getting away. She clocked on because I've been on my laptop and Twitter since. And now get back. I came back for the Watford game, just for the Watford game, right? So I came from Dubai, spent 1 week in Dubai, came back for the Watford game, flew out the second day to Turkey now. Made out my old man's not well. He's got a back operation, so she thought I'm doing. He did. He wasn't feeling too well, but really, I came back for the Watford game. What a cunt!
Mate, it's a life of a superstar football fan. You've got to black these things, innit? You've got to do it.
Mate, I tell you, man, I'm known as a spoofer, as you know, anyway, right? And fucking this week I've had to actually fucking press on the accelerator with the spoofing, but it is what it is. But yeah, what is it here?
All the viewers in my channel want to know: are you in Turkey to get your hair done? That's all I want to know.
No, I'm a lost cause, mate. Me and you, I'm going to drag you in as well because you started. Yeah, I'm finished as well, mate. We're lost causes. Fuck it.
You know these scousers, you've got this unhealthy obsession with teeth and hair. So I thought Grizz has probably got pally with a few. He's probably jumped over to Turkey. He's going to come back with a Leroy Sané, something like that.
Not gonna lie. The listeners did make an inquiry, but they said, listen, we don't mind robbing you, taking your money, but nothing's going to happen. So she said, all right, I'll buy a handbag instead. So she's done well.
Yeah, just embrace the baldness, man. Embrace the baldness.
I've done it, Steve. I've done it. I'm letting the sun hit it and like making me feel fresh. Even though it's 11 a.m. in the morning here, and like I don't normally get out of bed until about 2 p.m. But Big Steve is Big Steve, innit? I've got to get out of bed for you, mate.
Mate, Burnley weekend, I was stood outside the cricket ground and got a burnt head in Burnley. How does that fucking even happen? How does it happen? It's bald problems, isn't it? It's bald problems. Anyone with hair just chills. Me, I got home, have a shower. As soon as the water hit my head, I thought, you know what? You've got a suntan in Burnley, man. Fair play.
Yeah, mate. Only you can do that, mate. I fuck know that.
But listen, man. Listen. Let's get back to it. Obviously, me and you, we get accused of having a love-in and all that, but I don't think it's a love-in. I think it's just a mutual respect for the two best teams, in my opinion, in the world. Man City's let the door open. Liverpool have come crashing up to the door. They've got 1 foot in the door. And I said a few weeks ago, I'd love it to get to this game where it's a proper old-fashioned shootout. And I think it is. And in my opinion, if we beat you Sunday, I think we win the league. I think if you beat us Sunday, I think you win the league. That is how I'm calling it, because I don't see us losing after that, and I don't see you losing after that. What's your opinion on it?
I couldn't agree with you more. With the pally shit, fuck it. It's not pally. We're two competitive fuckers, both of us. And so are our teams. And I don't think there's any doubt they're the two best teams in Europe. I don't think there's a single doubt, Steve. And you know what? Again, this week showed it. So there's noise about Chelsea being right. They got smashed by Real Madrid and Brentford in the same week. Bayern Munich lose to Villarreal. Should have been out of sight 3-4-0. The two best teams are absolutely clearly Liverpool and City. There's no doubt about it. We're the two best teams in Europe. No one competes with us. people talk about Bayern Munich. Did you see Bayern Munich play the other day?
Yeah.
So from that sense, listen, you know I'm a massive Pep fan anyway, and people that follow me on socials will know what I think of the man. You know, I'm not one of these kids that falls for all this money business. Of course it helps. But to play the football, to win with money is not hard if you've got continuous money. But to win in the style that he does and the players that he keeps rotating and making is special. You can win in football, but the way he does it is unique. And you have to accept and respect that. There's no other way of saying it, mate. And same with Jurgen Klopp. I know you internally, we banter all the fuck out of each other. But internally, you know that as well about Liverpool. You know, Jurgen Klopp, the resources that he's got at his disposal, it is what it is. We run like a business. It is what it is. But the rivalry between these two, I genuinely think, from a footballing level, has gone above the Mourinho, Wenger, the Ferguson, Mourinho. From a footballing level, I genuinely believe it's gone to a different level. The rivalry may be not as intense in terms of, like the resentment between the two men. I think it's a different
Liverpool United and stuff. There's a bit of this history there from years ago and stuff. But with City, we was always like City and Liverpool. Never. We used to cheer Liverpool on, obviously against United. I'm sure Liverpool's cheered us on against United when we was winning the league. But now it's a different kettle of fish, and both these managers are elite. Both these teams are elite. And what people don't understand, like you said, the kids that go on about the money and that's fine. But to keep a group of players motivated and fresh going into every game, three games a week sometimes, you know, Champions Leagues, Carabao Cup games, leagues, to be fighting on all fronts and doing it, it takes a special manager and a special team. And I mean, I said last night on a show I was on, I've been in these title runs before, and I feel like the fans and the players and the club all galvanise as one, and you end up like this machine, and you're ploughing through to the end of the season, and you feel like no one's going to stop you. And I feel that Liverpool's got that now. I feel like the momentum and the rhythm is with Liverpool. I can see the way the fans are buzzing, the team's playing well. We had a little bit of a blip. I just don't think we was as fluid as early in the season, but I'm hoping now with this international break, the form of Kevin De Bruyne coming into it, business end of the season, Raheem Sterling, a few players have got the tails up as if to say, you know what, we've got 8 games to go. Let's get this over the line. And I feel I'm in a good position because Pep Guardiola, as always, in a tight race, got us over the line. But I can't lie, it is really tight at weekend. And I do honestly, genuinely think that winner takes all. That's what I think.
I disagree with the winner takes all, Steve. I think if you win it, it's yours. I genuinely believe that because that will give you a 4-point deficit with 7 games to go. And like you said, the international break came at a good time for you lot. I think there's a spring in your step again, especially the key men. Kevin De Bruyne, the last couple of games, fucking hell, he looks back to his best again. He hasn't had the best of seasons, to be honest with you. With us, I'm going to be very honest with you, Steve. We're not playing well. Even though we wiped by Benfica 3-1, it could have been 6-1 easily. I thought we were shit and sloppy. Against Watford, we were slow, lethargic. Last 3-4 weeks, it hasn't been brilliant. It hasn't been, but he's got us so, I don't know what the word is, Steve. I don't want to word like proper, like sometimes people accuse you guys of being robotic.
Yeah.
It's like us at the moment. We're not playing good, but our defense is keeping so many clean sheets. The form of Virgil, like everyone was like, oh, will he be the same? But last 2 months, he's been absolutely back to his best. Alisson had a bit of a wobbly spell against Spurs, West Ham, 2 that stick out. But apart from that, he's been fucking brilliant. He's back to his best. So, but we're not playing well. The front lads, even though they're scoring goals, they're not playing like the old front three where everyone knew each other's movement. So it's been like just get the job done. And you know as well as I do, it's all about getting the job done at this stage. No one gives you fucking extra points for playing brilliant. No one gives a shit. You still get 3 points only. We can talk about it afterwards on shows and say, oh, you played crap. Yeah, we played crap. Who won? That's all we care about at this stage. If we win 8 games, absolutely playing dog shit like we have, I'll take it all day long. But yeah, I think if you guys win, it's done. I'll say it again. I know I said it about 3 months ago, right? And I believed it at the time, but shit happens, right? But if you guys win on Sunday, it's over. Draw, obviously, it is what it is. If we win, the fixture list that we've got compared to you guys, I still don't think you're out of it. But obviously, it makes us favourites. That's the way I look. Because Spurs are a different team now. We've got Spurs to play. We've got Villa away, Southampton away, Newcastle away. Anything can happen in these games, as we've seen. Southampton away, you guys fucking drop points to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Crystal Palace, who would have thought you'd drop points to Palace? Spurs at home. You had Spurs at home. We've got Spurs at home. Conte's given them Antobio's given them a bit of spring in the step. So I think this weekend's game is it's fucking full of tension, isn't it, Steve? It's full of tension.
I can feel it now. Every time I think about it, I get that feeling in my chest, and I think, calm down, because you're going to peak too early, and you're going to end up worrying about it. Because, I mean, I looked at the game early in the season. We both came away from that game and said, what a game of football that was to watch. You know what I mean? The intensity, the levels that both teams got to, the way one team went ahead, came back, then ahead, came back. The crowd was up, the crowd was down. We talked about Bernardo Silva in that game. We talked about Rodri, especially in that game. And going into the game, I think the key players this week, I think Rodri's got to step it up. I think if we lose the midfield battle, you'll get in and amongst us. Rodri's not been as dominant as he was early in the season. I'll say that. He has been a little bit sloppy, but obviously you're coming up against teams that don't want to play football. They just want to sit back, defend, niggle, you know, whereas Liverpool are going to come to play football. So I think Rodri, you know, and then you've got Fabinho. Will Fabinho play in there, do you think?
See, this is going to sound like fucking arse licking again, right? But we're football men and we recognise football. Fabinho and Rodri are the 2 best DMs by far in world football.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
All right, Casemiro, all right, from Madrid, on that level as well, right? Now, it's interesting you said about Rodri, that he hasn't been brilliant in every game. I rate Rodri so fucking high. I think you know that. I've said it before. I think Rodri's an absolute monster, and especially the way he's come back from his first season where he wasn't brilliant and everyone said, fuck this, what have we bought here?
Yeah.
Fabinho and Rodri have got unique fucking roles at both our clubs. You know why, Steve? Because we play with 2 8s that are allowed to go everywhere and anywhere. And they're the only guys that have got to cover fucking side to side on their own. So they're going to have bad dips in form. Fabinho was dog shit after Christmas. About around Christmas time, it was like he was treading water. He was like playing like an old man. He's back to his best now. Rodri, you're saying, has not been brilliant last couple, you're saying, but that's because he's been a fucking monster. And as Fernandinho's hardly played in the league, this guy's got to play every single game, running around everywhere, because your 8s are fucking everywhere, aren't they? Flying around. Silva, De Bruyne, 3 roles. So
I feel like Phil Foden has got to play for us as well. I feel like Foden the other night, he came on, and for a young kid, and you know what, he's an exceptional player, and people trying to compare him to different players. Phil Foden's exceptional. He could have gone out on loan, he could have moaned, he could have gone down the Sancho route. He didn't. He stayed, he learned, he's been training with David Silvas and all these players for years. And the other night, we were up against a horrible system that Simeone employed. It's down to him to do it, 5-5. You know, fair play to him. That's what he wanted to do. And I thought, you know what, we're struggling to get through. He brings Foden on. We play one ball into his feet. He literally spins, puts it right on him, puts a ball through someone's legs to De Bruyne, bang, goal. And that, for me, is a sign of a world-class talent, someone that can just come on and turn the game with one thing. And I fancy him at weekend. I think he might play Foden on the left. I've got a feeling he's going to play Mahrez on the right, but Sterling's been in good form. KDB's been talked about playing the false 9. I don't know, because KDB's playing well at the minute, so he might keep him in midfield a bit deeper. But there's so many different options available to both teams. We were talking about your front three. I mean, Diaz, for you guys, has come in. Looks like he's been playing there for 10 years. You know what I mean? Breath of fresh air. putting the pressure on the front three. Does Diaz start for you?
So look, first and foremost, the Foden's, you said world-class talent. I'm going to go one step far. I think for me, I know you haven't asked me yet, who's the danger man? He's your danger man as far as I'm concerned. Other Liverpool fans might tell you different. They might say KDB, oh, we're shitting it from Mahrez or Sterling. For me, Foden is generational fucking talent.
Oh, he's brilliant.
That kid is sensational, Steve, and he's a kid. He's a kid. Do you know how strong? Well, why am I telling you? But how strong he is on the ball, like for his size, for his age, he's magnificent talent. He's dead cert nailed on to start against us. Absolutely nailed on. I'm telling you, as a fucking opposition fan, that he's nailed on to start. Right? You know your team better. You know who's going to start. But I'm telling you, he's probably one of the first names on the team sheet. That's the respect and how much he fucking thinks how good this kid is, Pep. And Pep's seen many a fucking talent. We know that. Pep's seen hundreds of kids, right, that are good, but he knows how special he is. He hasn't sent him out on loan. He's kept him, as you said, training with the first team squad, and this is reaping the rewards now. So you've got a wealth of talent, not maybe as sort of strikers, but attackers. We've now suddenly got a wealth of strikers. Well, forwards, attackers as well. I've been racking my brain all night last night, and I can't tell you who's going to start for both teams. And that's how mad it is. I think we can pick 9 probably of our 11, fairly straightforward, both of us.
Our back four's a bit of a mismatch at the minute because obviously people don't speak about it, but Ruben Diaz is our best defender. He's been out for six games or so. He's not going to be fit. They're not, even if he was fit, they ain't throwing him in that game. They're not throwing him in.
You reckon?
No. And Nathan Ake's come in, been a breath of fresh air, played centre half, brilliant, played left back against Madrid. And this is Nathan Ake, who people took the piss out of. He's playing in the Champions League quarter-final, left back. Played absolutely outstanding. Against Liverpool, no. I think our back four will be Cancelo at left back. I think it will be Stones, Laporte and Kyle Walker.
I think so too, yeah.
I think Rodri will play as DM. I think it could be Gundogan, Bernardo, and then it could be Foden, De Bruyne, Mahrez or Sterling.
That's so interesting, Steve. That's so interesting. I know we because I love the tactical side of games and how we've set up. And I've spoke about how you have come to Anfield and played differently near enough every time. Last 3 seasons that I can remember. Last few times. Obviously, in the early days, both teams used to just go gung-ho and whatever. But since the Mahrez penalty miss, do you remember the 0-0 where you came defensively? And then differently, you've come differently every time. And this season, you came without a striker, right? And you played like 5 across midfield, all fluid interchange. Sorry, apart from Rodri, the 4 were just interchanging. I think it's going to be like that again.
I agree.
Now, I don't know how we're going to set up against you. I think I do know, actually. But he shocked us last season and shocked Pep as well in that first half last season by playing 4-4-2.
Yeah, we had to change it.
So this is the beauty of it, because now we've got 5 strikers, 5 forwards that, in my opinion, I think as a collective unit, we've got the best attacking unit in Europe now. Like Diaz, Mane, Salah, Jota, and Bobby as a 5. I don't think there's strength and depth like that anywhere in Europe right now. Even at your Madrids and PSGs and whatever. I don't think there is, Steve. Correct me if I'm wrong. I can't think at the top of my head. No one. You got your Benzema, Vinicius, but after that, it's dog shit. Chelsea, nah. I think we've got the strongest unit, so I haven't got a clue how we'd set up. But the way you've said how you guys are setting up, that's fucking interesting. Because I agree, Gundogan's come back in your team, hasn't he? And he's been class last couple of games. What's with that? How comes he was at the team for a little while?
I just think it's rotation. I just think Pep gets these ideas sometimes that Bernardo and De Bruyne are better in there. But then we seem to sometimes go a bit sloppy, and then he freshens it up and brings Gundogan in. I mean, it's a good option to have. He's got a lot of experience, Gundogan. I know Jurgen Klopp rates him highly as well. And he's just Mr. Dependable, you know what I mean? He's chipped in with goals. He can arrive late in the box. I don't think you can drop him at the minute. I mean, look at the season they had last year when De Bruyne got injured and then everything was on Gundogan. And all of a sudden, he went from this deep-lying midfielder who just played it simple to this arriving in the box late scorer. I mean, someone was telling me the other day, I think he scored more goals in the Premier League than Ozil now. Do you know what I mean? And Mesut Ozil was classed as a 10. And Gundogan's played a lot of it deep. But, you know, Gundogan's got to start for me experience-wise. Do you nullify De Bruyne if you play him in a 9? I think you do. I think if it's up against Van Dijk and Van Dijk's pushing him away all the time, he will nullify his game. But I don't think he will. I think De Bruyne will come off Van Dijk and come deep. So he'll literally be playing for me with no striker. You'll see a lot of us at times will have the ball wide and we can't cross it in because there's no one in the middle. So it's very much side to side. So you'll get the ball wide to Mahrez. Mahrez is never going on the outside and crossing it. So your fullback's got to know he's coming in. So he'll come in on his left and they'll try and wait for that last minute run. So he might have the ball on the edge of the box and somebody might overlap or run across. And that's what they'll try and do. But it is frustrating from a City point of view to watch. But
from a tactical point of view, it is so beautifully set up because on paper, as you said, you might think that's frustrating from you guys. Like, fucking get people in the box, man. Let's attack. Let's get behind. Let's try to hit the gap between Matip and Trent because that's what everyone tries to do when they're playing us, right? It's easier said than done, right? But I've said it so many times on my channel and other streams as well. The two teams that gave us the hardest games and outplayed us for periods of the game were obviously you, but you're Man City. And do you know who the other team was, Steve? Brighton.
Brighton,
and,
yeah.
you know what Potter done? He fucking copied exactly the same system Pep did. And it bamboozled us. Because Matip and Virgil van Dijk are two of the best centre-backs. And if you're playing up against them, you ain't winning. No. But what Potter and Pep done was take away any strikers. And they didn't have fuck all. They got confused. They didn't know what to do. And for Klopp got bamboozled for 45 minutes in both games. Didn't know what to do. Came to terms with it in the second half against you lot. And we had a much better game in the second half.
You could see Foden on the left. Then you could see Foden on the right. Sterling on the left. Then you can see Sterling in the 9, which I've seen the other night. And De Bruyne went out to the left. So it's literally, you couldn't sit down and say to Trent, like, right, you've got Foden today. He's going to be on you, you know what to expect, because he could start the game and Sterling could be out there. For me, I got asked a question about you. Obviously, Liverpool team, I fear Mo Salah because I don't get all this Mo Salah's out of form. The form he's been in all season is unbelievable. And that form's still in there. So the last team I want him to start fucking bringing the form out against is me. So I know it's in there. So people ain't going to... Pep's not going to get his whiteboard out and say, oh, forget Mo. He's not playing well. So we'll just... You know, that's not going to happen. They're going to be all over Mo Salah because they know he can hurt us. But another one I think can hurt us is Trent. And the reason I say Trent, I think even he's got the ability to play a ball from deep in his own half that could cause us problems, especially with Laporte. If he can whip that ball round the back of Laporte and any of your boys get in amongst him, Laporte's got a mistake in him for me. He gets very flustered. He gets caught on the wrong side. And I just think City's got to watch that. If we get carried away too far forward and lose the ball, that ball's on. So you could get in behind with that. So that's what I'm worried about. But with Kyle Walker back there, with Cancelo back there, I'm hoping the pace gets us out of shit.
Steve, with the Mo Salah, people forget, man, this guy's played the most minutes any attacker's played in Europe. He's for every game he's played in African nation to fucking penalty shootout. And he's the captain. Imagine the mental stress that he's had from there, the pressure. World Cup qualifier, again, went to fucking, 2 legs. Every game he starts for Liverpool. He's not playing great at the moment. But that can happen. He's not scored in open play for about 570 minutes. Yet, go and check the goal records and look how clear he is of all these Harry Kanes and everyone.
Yeah, exactly.
It shows you what the levels that he's being judged upon, right? So forget Mo Salah. And with Trent, I spoke about Foden, and I just laugh now when people talk about Trent. I don't bother. I don't bother falling for bait. I don't bother. I just say, yeah, no problem, man. Say what you want about Trent. I'm so fucking happy we've got Trent Alexander-Arnold. Oh, you could carry on talking about him. He'll carry 44 assists and he's 23. The closest person is Dan Petrescu to him.
Yeah.
And how many years did Dan Petrescu play?
Exactly.
Trent's 23, Steve. Name me a 23-year-old, and me and you have seen a lot of football in our time. Name me a 23-year-old fullback or defender that was playing at the level he has throughout the career. I can only think of Maldini, top of my head. I can think of Maldini. These Carlos's, Cafus, Dani Alves, they peaked at 28, 27.
Yeah. They did.
Even Carl Walker, he peaked at 28 when he came to City, basically. You know,
Yeah.
like all these fullbacks in world football. This guy's insane. People talk about Reece James. He plays in a 5. When they play in a 4, he gets fucking shown up. This guy's continuously playing in a 4 that plays on the halfway line. And you know about halfway line fullbacks because your ones are doing the same.
Yeah.
There comes a point where you just have to laugh it off when people try to talk about Trent. I don't know if you saw, obviously you was watching the game because City game, but the 2 passes he played for us for the goal, if Steven Gerrard done them or Kevin De Bruyne done them, you can understand. But this kid's a fullback at 23.
No, he's like a quarterback. He's like a quarterback. He can spot that pass, and that's what I said. And that pass is open. I've seen a few teams try it, but they didn't have the quality on the end of it. But you've got the quality on the end of it.
And you're so right for picking him out as one of the danger men, because that's a fucking smart selection. Because of the way your team plays, just like us, risks, halfway line, pushing up. But the key to that for you guys is the return of Carl Walker. Absolutely key. I would be very confident if he wasn't playing, Steve. I would be very confident, but he is the only player in your team that can keep up with all our forwards. And
Kyle
probably
Walker is so underrated, mate. This is what I try and tell people. I say, look, you talk about Kyle Walker. Man City won't be able to do what they do without Kyle, because we press that high and he gets out of that many shit. Sometimes you see a 2-on-1 and it's Kyle Walker, and I just relax because I think Walker's going to chase this guy and get him. If it's Laporte or Nathan Ake, sometimes gets dragged into deep waters. Even Cancelo can get caught. I'm not so confident, but Kyle Walker is key. But I just think Trent, if I'm Jurgen, I'm looking to Trent to say, look, if you see that pass in that space, put it behind Laporte. And I'm saying to your men up front, get on Laporte. And that, for me, is a weakness in our team. But like you say, with Walker being at the back, it helps. But the midfield battle is going to be key. We've talked about Fabinho and Rodri. We know that. And I just think that whoever wins that midfield gets a grip of the game. The midfield battle at Anfield was fucking electric, man. I was near the pitch and I could feel the intensity of the teams. Both teams in that game were playing at a level I've not seen in this for years. I think City and Liverpool are the only 2 teams that can take it to that level. The atmosphere, let me tell you, is going to be mad at the Etihad as well, because this season it's been a bit crazy there. They've done a load of new things. They've got a load of young supporters in and things, and it's going to be mad. But the pressure of the players, it's going to come down to who's got the biggest balls, isn't it? And do you know what, Chris? It's that fine margins, right? One of the season you've had and the season I've had at the minute, you've got a trophy in the bank, so you're happy. We've had a fantastic season, but on Sunday, one of us could be absolutely devastated.
It's proper, exactly that, Steve. So at the moment, what are we? April, right? April the 10th or 8th or wherever it is, right? 7th of April, right? We're in all the competitions we're in. All right, we've won the Energy Cup drink, right? Taken off because you've got enough energy, right? Last few years with that shit. So we've got a bit of energy. We've got a bit of energy about us this year, right? Suddenly, right? But people are underestimating that you guys are up for the treble. And on paper, you guys are the favourites for the treble, but everyone's talking about Liverpool because momentum, and everyone likes a chase, don't they? They like the team chasing. Everyone in sport likes the team that's coming from behind. It's natural, right? If roles were reversed, people would have said, "Oh, here comes City chasing Liverpool," but both teams could be shattered, battered.
Yeah,
1 or 2 games. Like, let's just say you lost in the Champions League, right? But won the Premier League like this weekend, right? the season changes for you. Oh, we got the FA Cup, fucking hell, next semi-final next weekend as well. It's pure mental. It could just swing just like that. A mistake, a referee decision, a red card, an injury. Imagine we pick up a couple, like Rodri's key to you. I don't care what you guys say. I think Rodri's the main key for you guys, because I just generally don't think Fernandinho's got the legs to play at this level now.
No, he hasn't.
You guys are playing, right? And Gundogan, Klopp called him the most intelligent player he's ever worked with, but he hasn't got what Rodri's got, right? And same with us. If we lose Fabinho or a Virgil, we're shafted as well. So many things at play that could change the season. But if both teams are fit, all the players stay healthy, this is the best season I can think of in terms of excitement and our two teams going for it, because fucking hell, this is what you live for, man. Every game, Steve. And I know it's a cliche, but tell me it's not real. Every game's a cup final.
Yeah.
One mistake in a game and you're fucked.
Well, this week, I'm going to Liverpool Sunday. Then I fly out to Madrid on Tuesday. I fly back into London on Thursday, straight to the semi-final on Saturday. It's fucking mad, man. This football team taking over my life. As I said to the kids, I see this football team more time than I see my kids.
Yeah, it's true.
It's crazy, man. People don't understand, you know what I mean? And we're fitting these streams in between for people. You're on your holiday. Appreciate you coming on your streams. We're trying to give the content, man. But when you're engrossed in a football team, it's hard, man. You just with them all the way. And I said to my missus, I said, if I can watch this team in Division 2 week in, week out, surely to God I'm entitled to go to fucking Madrid. You know what I mean? I went to shit like that, and she goes, yeah, no, I get what you're saying. So she understands it. Big up to my missus, you know, she understands it. But some people out there, and you know what, Grizz, I'm going to say it. It's so expensive, man, at the minute for fans. This no coach, this no trains, and that, and people are going to slag Man City off. You know, for the semi-final because these tickets on sale. But I know people that ain't going. They say, I'm not sitting on a fucking coach for 7-8 hours going down there. You know what I mean? I'm not driving down to Wembley in the traffic with all that shit. And they've ruined it, man. The FA have ruined it. Yeah,
they've absolutely made a cock up of the semi-final, and I absolutely get it, because you got to remember, you're right. It's fucking expensive. We're playing in every competition, in every game, and we want to see our teams. Like
everyone's gas bills just got up 50%.
Do you know what I mean? You lived for this moment from watching them play Doncaster Rovers. I don't know if you guys ever played Doncaster Rovers.
We did, yeah.
You know what I mean? You watched them play Doncaster Rovers, and now you're going to see them against Atletico Madrid in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. This is what you live for. You're playing FA Cup semi-finals, Liverpool. You're playing probably a Premier League title decider of sorts, right? This is what you fucking stayed patient for. This is what you stayed in there for. Watching them at fucking likes of Doncaster and Lincoln, and now you're here.
They're forcing people to choose games because of the prices and because of the travel. It's getting to that point now where you're going to see. Mate, I've seen Arsenal on TV a few weeks ago. That Emirates Stadium, there was no one there. What's going on, man? People, are they pricing the fans out the game, or is it just one of them things? I just don't know.
It is. It's hard. It's really, really expensive.
You're flying back from Dubai to one game and then flying back out to Turkey. Don't cost you peanuts, does it?
No, mate. I tell you that for a fact. But yeah, you're right. We're just engrossed in this times, because I've gone through hellish shit as a Liverpool fan. Fucking hell. Like watching Roy Hodgson manage Watford the other day, and to think that he was our coach. Do you know what I mean? I went through that shit. Like you talk about Simeone. Ricky Lambert, fucking hell, man. Oh, I don't want to.
Andy Carroll.
Paul Konchesky, mate. Fucking, he could easily be our third twin, right? Like, Paul Konchesky, we had that left back. And all these guys, Salif Diao, Alhaj Diouf. We had fucking little fella. I can't even remember his name. I don't want to remember his name, right? We've had all sorts of fucking clowns represent our club. And now we've got, as you like, you know, taking the piss out of me, the best goalkeeper, you know, the best striker in the world, the best centre back in the world. But it is though. But this is the times that we live for. Like fuck me, if I'm not gonna enjoy it and watch every game like mad. Like I'm on a holiday and I was watching. I was going from like one destination to one destination, and I used the driver's Wi-Fi to watch the last night Champions League game on my phone. like going like this on a van, like rocky roads. And I was like, my wife was like, chill out, talk to the kids and everyone. I was like, I will win it. I'm talking to them. Like, I'm talking to them. And I was watching the game. This is what it does to you. We're on holiday. I'm supposed to be chilled out, but all I can think about is this game on Sunday. I can't get out of my mind, Steve. I'm trying to, but I just can't do it.
Well, all right. I reckon we've waxed enough lyrical now. We've got to pin our colours to the mast. What's your prediction for Sunday? No sitting on. We don't want any Donny van der Beek splinters sitting on the fence vibes. We had that last night on the Coppish. People saying they can't make predictions and that.
No, I can make predictions. I can make predictions, but you're not going to like my prediction. But you know I'm going to say how it is.
I respect it, man. I respect it.
You're going to say, Steve. But I'm telling you, I think it's going to be a draw, Steve. I think we're so equally matched. And you have. And I take the piss out of your atmosphere and your crowd, whatever, but it's going to be electric. That atmosphere that you guys create I was there at the Champions League semi-final when we won. When Sadio Mane, Mo Salah scored that goal, like chipped everything, and the atmosphere at the start of the game was fucking unreal. You guys knew you're up for it. It's going to be like that. We're not playing well, man. If we were, I know we've just won 10 games in a row, and people are going to think, what the fuck is this guy talking about? I watch my team, I watch my team every single minute, every single second. Trust me when I say we're not playing well. If we were flying into this game, I could see us going there and shock and awe you, like trying to get that early goal like we done last season. That we couldn't hold on. For you got a penalty as well, and they ended up 1-1. Joe Gomez handball. We're not playing well. You've come into a bit of form just right at the right time. I can't see either team winning, man. I can't. I genuinely can't. I think it's going to be so good tactically. Everyone's thinking it's going to be end-to-end, chance after chance. It ain't. We're too good defensively to be like that. People underestimate how good both teams are defensively. Everyone talks about our fluid football and both teams attacking. I'm going 1-1, Steve. I genuinely, I think it's going to be as it is where we are, and it's going to be one hell of a pace to it. But I don't think it's going to be this cracking chances and like everyone's thinking. It's going to look good because especially if you play without a striker, and you know what I mean, you're going to look to bust the midfield. You're going to look to control the game, and we sometimes like that because we can counter. So I think it's going to be tactical masterclass from both teams. I think it's going to be 1-1, man. I'd love to say we're going to go there and win, but you know me, I don't talk shit. That's my genuine opinion.
I think we're going to win. I just think we're going to get over the line 2-1. And I've got a feeling, you know what my premonitions are like, Grizz, aren't you? You know, I've done a few on the Big Six and people have gone, how's he predicted that? I think it's going to be 1-1 till late, yeah? And I think Jack Grealish scores a winner.
Yeah, you know I'd hate that, innit? Because I've been fucking slagging him, calling him the biggest flop.
Everybody else, but I've got a feeling he brings Grealish on, and I think he snatches it, and all this £100 million flop talk goes right out the window. But that's Big Steve Dreamland thing. But I think we win 2-1. But listen, I've got to respect you coming on your holidays, mate. Big up. We know it's going to be a cracker. Everybody out there, make sure you tune into Grizz Khan TV. Tell them where they can find you, Grizz.
Yeah, I'm just trying to boost my YouTube channel. I think we started off recently. Only if we're not good with all this social media like with me and you, Steve, old boys, but we're doing all right. We're doing all right for ourselves. Not too bad at all. Yeah. So I'm about 80 away from 10K now. So I'd love it if some of your subscribers came over and made me get over the 10K.
Sure. Well, listen, a lot of my subscribers are decent football people, so they appreciate good chat. I'm sure they're going to appreciate this. So listen, get over to Grizzy's channel. It's great over there. He has all the boys on from the Big Six, various games. It's good debate, good chat. Get over there, follow him. What's the? Is it at Grizz Khan TV?
No, it's just Grizz Khan. Just type in Grizz Khan TV and it'll come up. And it's not a shouty channel. We don't do shouty shouts like the Big Six, like we are. We're not mad. We're mad on the Big Six, but on our own channels, we like to talk football. So yeah, a bit more football talk. Do you know what I mean?
But listen, people, that's been my match preview. Everyone that's going to the game, whether you're Liverpool or Man City fans, respect it, enjoy the football, get behind your team. And all I can say, Grizz, is let the best team win, and me and you will speak tomorrow night on your channel.
Oh yes, absolutely. We will indeed. Yeah, perks of the job, innit? Fucking hell. But yeah, man. Thanks for having me on, man.
No problem. Cheers, guys. Please like, subscribe, and back my channel. See you soon.